under 80 are cocaine smugglers.
You know, I'd kill to be 20 again.
Oh, I would kill to be 40 again. You know, I had the shock of my life today. I was in the teacher's lounge talking to a group of girls in their 20s. Oh, they were so pretty.
Rose.
And this is Sophia.
What seems to be her problem?
Well, her blood pressure is up, and she's a little pale and a little tired.
Is she presently on any medication?
Yes, to control her blood pressure.
How long has she been on that medication?
What am I, 2 years old? I don't know my own symptoms. I've lived in this body since I was born. If something...
Mama's jewels. I can never replace them. Oh, I'm just beside myself. And you ought to see the mess they made in there. They flat tore this place apart.
They were probably looking for drugs.
We have Maalox and estrogen.
I'm crazy about Kate, and I promise you she will never want for anything.
Oh,
I told you he was special. Do you think Dad will like him?
of course, as long as he stays young and firm. Oh, Dennis, it's going...
On a farm, I'm used to it. You see, farmers can love their animals and still kill them because it's all part of the cycle of life. Good animals serve man and then they go to heaven.
Heaven?
Yes, heaven's full of cows and chickens and horses and pigs.
I hope heaven has boots.
The house.
Bad news, you got termites.
Termites? Oh, no. Can you get rid of them?
Sure, haven't you heard our company motto?
No, what is it?
We get rid of termites. We'll have to tent the house right away. You have to move out for 2 days.
Well, where will we stay?
Well, how about a beautiful hotel over on Miami Beach? Hey, listen, we're already
A lot of really neat knots.
Dorothy, guess who's here?
My date.
Your husband.
I don't have a husband. Call the police.
Your ex-husband.
I'll call the police.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Stan.
Dorothy. In the future, I would appreciate a little advance notice when you're expecting a gentleman. I realize this time it's only Stan, but next time it could be somebody appealing or charming or at least reasonably good looking. No offense, Stan.
None taken. Dorothy, could we talk for a minute?
Of course, for a minute. Come on.
You bring your wife with you, or did you make her stay home and clean out her toy box?
Arnie wants me to go away with him on a cruise to the Bahamas.
Oh. Oh, and you're upset because he wants you to pay your own way?
I'm upset because we'll be all...
And they'll even run your picture and let you use up to 100 words in your biography.
How do you know that?
Rumor.
Well, I suppose I could try it, but I could never, ever see myself going out with a man I met that way.
Honey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Blanche, you make it sound like I'm the only woman in Miami. Could, but I'm driving the bookmobile for the Grief Center tonight.
Oh, I thought you'd do that during the day.
I usually do, but I got tied up at work and I didn't have time, and now I feel so guilty. There are so many depressed people out there with nothing to read. Of course, when I'm depressed, I can't read. I knit. Maybe I should drive... Now, you've heard me speak about Sylvia Butel down at the Grief Center. This is her chicken.
Sylvia Butel? Isn't she the woman who thought Milton Berle was sending her secret messages through her dentures?
Yes, but with extensive counseling and some new bridge work, she's totally back to normal.
Rose, the woman keeps a chick.
She's going into renal failure, so a transplant is her best hope.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
What happens if she doesn't get your kidney?
She'll die.
You hold her life in your hands? What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'm glad you're not my sister.
Really nice meeting you. I'm sure she's all right, but you call me if you need me, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Huh?
Goodbye, Elliot.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you for being a kind and generous God. I hope you like it extra flat and crispy.
It's a pizza, Rose.
I knew that. I just meant what kind.
Did you really know that, Rose?
No, But I thought I could cover.
That never happened.
Oh, yes, it did. Blanche told me all about it.
She made it up.
I don't think so.
Look, nothing came of it. I did apologize to her.
And you lied to me.
Dorothy.
You lied to me about Blanche.
Dorothy, sweetheart, please try to understand. It was no big deal.
I do. I got a great idea for Gil's campaign. I'm making these bird feeders with his name on them to send around. And you think that's a dumb idea? And you feel like taking this bird feeder away from me and smashing it with this hammer. Like this.
My name is Deborah.
Yes, but the appointment is in the name of Zbornak.
Why is the appointment in your name? It was my idea to get counseling.
Fine. Take the appointment for Zbornak and change it to Nyland. You satisfied?
No, the appointment should be under Devereaux.
The appointment should be under Nyland.
Change it back to Zbornak.
Put it under Lipschitz and buzz the head shrinker. We got an emergency here.
Doctor, we have been together for 5 years, and we're just getting on each other's nerves.
Why? Why is that?
Because Dorothy is impossible to live with.
That's right.
The real problem is you, Blanche. You are selfish.
Oh, please. Everybody says what a giving person I am.
She's talking.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Not me. You get too comfortable, you don't wake up.
Good night, Ma.
Good night. Joy.
Are the batteries included?
Hang on to your cannolis because the 4 of us are going to be contestants on Grab That Dough.
Grab that. Ma, do you mean that ridiculous game show where people humiliate themselves for the sake of.
Blanche, must you always be so cheerful, you empty-headed Mary Poppins knockoff?
Let me know if you notice anything.
Blanche, what's with you and Rose?
Sketches, you didn't see the robbers.
One of the robbers of my mama's jewels.
Okay. We're getting the basic system.
Whatever.
But not from you, from your competitor.
What?
Because what you were trying to do was terrify us into spending more money than we have. Now get out of here before the victim of violent crime in this house is you.
What a shame if I die now. I'm too young. And I'm wearing the wrong underwear.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just me. I had to get in quickly because when I...
You're being ridiculous.
I know. When was the last Saturday night you had plans?
Oh, thank you, Dorothy. Those look lovely.
So do you. Oh, Blanche, you really got all dressed up for your brother.
Well, we do come from the South. We always felt it was important to look absolute.
Rose, you cannot go on this way. I mean, life isn't worth living if you're going to live it with this kind of fear. Now, honey, we were robbed. It's scary, but it happens. And now it's over. And the robbers are gone.
I know that. I know it's over. I know they're gone.
If he does, tell him to come by my room.
Who can that be at this hour?
Maybe it's Blanche's day.
Oh, he better not show up here. I'll get it.
Hi, everyone. It's
You're no good at this damn game.
They caught them. They caught the skunk. I am talking about my job at the museum.
Of course you're competent, Blanche. I mean, they wouldn't have kept you for 5 years if you weren't.
Well, then why do you think my boss is constantly looking over my shoulder?
I would guess a plunging neckline and a push-up bra.
I swear, sometimes I think I just satisfied customers. I was thinking about having my breasts done like hers.
All right, Blanche, but do you think black really suits you?
I was talking About the shape. See, these are...
Stan, did you really mean what you said about there not being that much between you and Chrissy?
That's right.
I'm glad, because now I don't feel so guilty.
What are you talking about?
Stanley, I don't feel the same way about us as you do.
You're kidding.
No, you know, what happened the other night? Gloria tells me you're gonna go live with her.
That's right. I think it's best.
Well, isn't that kind of a fast decision?
Why, you think I'm making a mistake?
Oh, no, of course not. I mean, you know, not if you think it's best.
What do you think?
Well, I can understand why you'd want to live with her. I mean, she can...
Made a fool of myself, didn't I?
Yes!
Well, I feel awful, just awful.
Listen, if you don't want tonight to turn into a total disaster, you have to stop being so self-conscious.
Oh, well, you're right, of course. Dr. Newman is a guest in our home. If I'm self-conscious, he'll be ill at ease. I can't allow that to...
Hello? Oh, hi. Yes, I heard you called. What a pleasant surprise. I'm pretty sure I can make it. Just let me check my book.
How did you know my name?
I know all your names. This house has been under surveillance.
Why are you watching our house?
It's a security measure. The president wants to stop at one house on his way to dedicate the Senior Citizen Center.
Why can't he use the Arco station like everyone else?
Are you saying Mr. President George Bush might stop here?
He wants to...
I'm sorry I did that. I mean, I guess I was upset.
I understand. I guess this has been a difficult relationship for both of us.
Oh, it's been a wonderful relationship. I'm gonna miss you. I just want to keep the record straight. Besides, Blanche has had experience in that area. Maybe she can give you some advice.
Oh, I certainly can. In the first place, never check in as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Always check in as Mr. and Mrs. Don Shula.
What?
That way you always get a...
Her life, baking, sewing, gardening, tending the animals.
Ooh, my favorite things.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Rose, you sure you don't want to come and just watch?
Come on, Rose. You'll sit and watch my dentures eat corn on the cob. It's a lot of laughs.
No, I don't want to kill him.
Initiation banquet.
Oh, Blanche, you're not really going to go through with this, are you?
Well, indeed I am. This club is a link to the proudest of all heritages. Oh, I remember growing up in Atlanta, how all of us girls used to pretend to be Confederate belles and we'd receive gentlemen callers. Got to be like a competition. In fact, I once received 7 callers in one evening.
Mom, dinner was delicious.
Oh, it certainly was. You must have spent all day in that kitchen.
Oh, no, it's a simple recipe. You just take some mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables and ground lamb and throw them all together. Where we come from, it's called shepherd's pie.
Where I come from, it's called garbage.
I'm going to be happy for you.
No, you know, I'm really excited about this. We're doing Henny Penny. You know, help, help, the sky is falling.
Oh, that was never one of my favorites. There's no prince in it. I like a fairy tale with a nice prince in it. A handsome prince with a big old codpiece and deep, dark eyes.
A clue yet about Blanche versus Rose. And he said, now, Rue, I'd like you to read Blanche. And Betty, I'd like you to read Rose. And she said, oh, okay. And they heard us read. He heard us read. They heard us read. And the next thing I know...
Dorothy, you're sleeping with a liar.
Don't worry about it, Rose. Most of the people I've slept with were liars. Good night.
Dorothy, a lie is like a...
Lawn flamingo.
In that case, we better tip the paper boy. What's with the photo album?
Oh, I'm doing a family history, and I'm going to need your help. You know, I think it's important to tell the grandchildren about their ancestors. Give them a sense of pride in those who came before them.
Even Uncle Nunzio?
Even...
It's been a real pleasure. Good night. Lucy, you're grounded for the rest of your stay here.
And Blanche, wait! You're embarrassing me. Now why don't you go get a good night's sleep and we'll talk about it when I get home tomorrow.
I don't think you heard what I said. You are not going anywhere.
Hey, Blanche, I'm 20 years old. I'm going wherever I please.
Didn't tell on him. He wouldn't tell on me. So I went home.
Well, did he keep your secret?
Till the day he died, which was 2 days later. Emmett found Millie and the Reverend skinny dipping in the church's fountain. Miami's sordid sex scene. Who's to blame?
That's her. She's the one.
Oh, no, this isn't about Blanche. And now that I'm associate producer of Wake Up Miami, I have to come up with topical show ideas for Sweeps Week. I need something that'll give us really big rating.
What did you do that's so terrible?
I hugged Miles.
You going to hell, Missy?
What, for hugging a man?
For lying to your mother. I saw what was going on the lanai.
It was just a little kiss.
Little kiss? I haven't seen that kind of face eating since Silence of the Lambs.
Beto, stand up and say, hello there. Oh, I know. You can give Miles one of those boudoir photographs. You know, where you pose for pictures in sexy lingerie?
Oh, I don't know. I'd feel cheap, like you.
Oh, Rose, come. It's 2 weeks. You ought to see a doctor.
Blanche is right. You should see a doctor.
It's just indigestion. And I'm a little tired from working hard.
Oh, come on, Rose. You're playing with your health here. You're crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy, Emma. You think I'm crazy, do you? Well, I'll tell you something else. In St. Olaf, we don't believe in Let's have a look at you.
No, this is the first time a female doctor's ever examined me. Feels kind of strange.
I hear that a lot. You know, the truth is, despite the progress that women have made,
Barry was the man that I wanted to be the first.
First where?
On Mars, Rose. My first lover.
Well, so what happened?
Stanley. That's what happened. Stanley. I went to a drive-in with Stanley. Day-old Danish.
12-hour days in a steamy hash joint serving chili to a bunch of grubby truckers?
Oh, come on, Blanche. I mean, she's working at the Fountain Rock. It's not Mel's Diner. I mean, the worst that can happen is she'll get scratched by a pinky ring. I'm glad you're here, Mr. Barton. I went down to the courthouse this morning.
This isn't a social call. This morning, when I got in my car, somebody let the air out of my tire. I know she did it.
But that's ridiculous.
If I catch her on my property, I'm going to have her arrested.
Oh, Mr. Barton, I assure you, my mother had nothing to do with your tires. It was just a coincidence.
Coincidence? You won't, Dad. Now put that guitar down. I want to talk to you.
What's the matter?
Well, I don't know what's gotten into you. Daddy, you're no singer.
Well, I know I'm no Hank Williams yet,
Well,
but...
no, that's not what I meant. I mean, at your age, just out of nowhere to decide you're going to go all bad, I never really liked it much anyway. It's just that my grandmother gave this to me on her deathbed. She was very, very sick for a very, very long time. I loved her very, very much.
Blanche, why don't you just grind the broken piece?
Miami was out cleaning the street with his tongue.
Sophia, we live in the greatest country in the world. A country founded on the principles of honesty, truth, and fairness. I am certain that once we present our petition, the democratic system will prevail, and our noble endeavor to save that mighty oak will prove victorious.
Certainly sound pretty confident.
It was in the shower. Sophia, hey, where have you been? I thought you were taking a nap.
I went to the video store.
Ma, I told you I'd go.
Forget it. The last time you brought back 7 brides for 7 brothers. You know how disappointed I was to...
Oh, well, this isn't solving anything. I'm going to call the manager. Hello? Hello? Great. The phone's dead.
It makes no difference. You only get lies from that scum-sucking pig.
Look, would you mind going downstairs and telling the scum sucker we want to see him?
Okay. Finding a waterfall. If you don't find anything in an hour, head back for the coastline, follow it around, and look for our fire. Now move. I said move!
Dorothy, should we be listening to Rose?
Quiet. I don't think we're allowed to talk while we work.
Girls, I've got great news. I found the dog's owner.
Oh, how did you know it was his owner?
Well, he recognized the dog from the picture, and the dog came to him when he called him.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad he found his owner.
Dorothy, why are you crying?
I mean, I hardly know him.
I suppose, but it feels like I've known him for ages, and that he's known me. Oh, I found the most wonderful man in the world, and I owe it all to the two of you.
Like Charlie's Angels.
I have been told I bear a striking resemblance to Miss Cheryl Ladd. Although my bosoms are perkier.
Not even if you were hanging upside down on a... Angela, you really don't have to go.
Thank you, Dorothy. I'd like to stay, but I hate your mother. Goodbye, ladies, and thank you for everything.
She's still here?
Surgery? You mean heart bypass?
Yeah, the doctor says the problem's been brewing for years. I don't understand it. I always exercise, eat healthy.
Oh, please. Your idea of healthy eating is taking the skin off a knockwurst.
Whatever. He says I don't have a choice anymore. Oh, Dorothy.
Oh, come on. Ma, this is serious surgery.
Surgery is the easy part. The tough part is after. Who's going to take care of you?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
Well, think about it. You live alone and no one likes you.
Be nice, Ma.
You'll come here to recover.
Not that nice, Ma. No, I know. I'm sorry, honey. I'm just scared.
Oh, it's understandable.
No, it's surprising. You know, when I was married to Stan, there were moments when I'd look at my life and think, oh, my God, what if I lost him? Well, I guess you can't just turn your back on 38 years of living because part of me feels that way right now. And I
offered us a drink. That is, until one of the truckers noticed my wedding band. Well, I was so stunned I couldn't speak. But Becky Sue spoke right up. She said, oh, that's all right. She's a widow.
Oh, Blanche, you poor baby.
I know. You can bet the next time I decided to party when George was out of town on business, I left that wedding ring at home.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But, Biff, you're a drifter. How can I just pull up stakes and run off with you?
Please reconsider at 8 o'clock.
See you later, Boff. I'm Biff. Patrick.
Blanche, come on. Hi, Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, please call me Patrick.
Oh, thank you, Ma. That's very sweet.
Give me $20.
No.
Rose, did I say mother needs a child? I meant roommate. Give me $20.
What for?
Seoul, Korea, 1988, the Olympics. I'd like to be there competing for the USA. Contribute now and I'll make sure you get a so...
Blanche, I just heard on the radio 2 killers escaped from a Georgia State Penitentiary.
So?
So? They could be headed here.
Honey, they escaped in Georgia. Why on earth would they come to Miami?
For the same reason we did.
Eligible men? I'll get my purse.
I'm Frank. I'm here to see Dorothy.
You're the hunk? I mean, forgive me, Father. That is, forgive my language. Not in your official capacity.
That. I created an entire relationship in my imagination.
Oh, it wasn't in your imagination. There is something special between us. We appreciate each other. That's why you could help me see where I could do the most good. As a teaching priest.
Well, it's taken me a little while, but just think about it. Who would you rather live with, your sister or a goat?
Give me a minute.
All right,
I'll do it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
While you're in Sicily getting your things in order, we'll be looking for a place for you to live.
Well, wait a minute. Why should she have to make 2 trips? We can send for her things. Avoid. Start with the one in your head.
Come on, honey, just a few notes. Oh, Dorothy, do you believe it? I mean, 4 chickens and not one of them has any musical ability.
It's a sad commentary, Rose. All the young chickens are wasting their time playing video games.
Hard feelings. Lars kept trying to run Ben down with his bicycle. But with only one leg, I mean, now how fast could he pedal? Well, finally, Uncle Ben suggested something to clear the air once and for all. For 1 week, he would be Lars's personal Wiedenfruit.
Oh, no. Dorothy. Oh,
He asked me to say goodbye.
oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Boy, I could sure use a family hug right now.
Oh, darling. Oh, honey.
Dorothy, you've had a rough day. I'll tell you what. You go on and get into bed, and I'll bring you a nice cup of hot chocolate. Catering the affair.
Well, he might be able to take me, but my date for the evening is Hunter McCoy.
But what about Jake?
What about him?
Well, Jake has to take you to the benefit. I mean, you'll be there, he'll be there. He'll expect you to be there with him. How could you do this?
Well, Rose, you make it sound so terrible. It's not.
Jake learned to love each other, thank God, but it wasn't our idea. There were 8 unmarried girls and 8 unmarried boys in the village that spring.
How'd they decide who went with who?
Height. If I hadn't stood on that rock, I'd have ended up with Luigi the pig boy.
The ugly women. What are we gonna do?
Nothing. They sound great. If we pretend that nothing is wrong, maybe no one will notice.
Hey, did you get a load of those queens on the bandstand?
Keep your voice down.
What for? You think they don't know they're queens?
Girls, I think we're a success.
Congratulations.
Well, we've been married for 18 years. And up until then, everything had seemed so perfect. And then one night it happened. He came home, had dinner, walked upstairs, and went to sleep. I went into the bathroom and cried my eyes out. Yeah, well, what about that surprise party we threw for you when we first moved in? That worked. Or almost. I mean, it kind of worked.
Hi, Rose. I picked up Blanche's birthday cake. What are you doing?
Decorating Blanche's birthday cake. There, it's finished.
Don't they give you medication at the home, Chuck?
Oh, no. Doctor says I don't have to take it anymore. It doesn't stop the multiple personalities. It just relieves anxiety. I'm not anxious. I make other people anxious.
Hi, Chucky.
Hi, sis.
You're over here early.
Honey, I know what you're feeling. Everyone's been rejected.
And honey, the loss of your first love is the worst, the very worst.
Oh, I know. I remember mine.
It was probably a cow.
Here, I brought you this.
Because you're sorry?
Because I'm thirsty and I figured you might be too.
Whatever.
They're really quite a pair, aren't they?
Excuse me?
My father and your mother.
Ma?
Dorothy, how long have you been here?
A while.
He's not coming back, is he?
Did she bring the kids?
Hi, Pop. No, the kids are at home.
Hey, what the hell is this? I thought dinner was in the oven. There's nothing in here but a tin plate.
Take the foil off the top. It's something new. It's called a TV dinner.
The waxed fruit looks better.
Ma, I need to ask you if...
So, if any of you toe tappers have more than 30% blockage, we implore you to leave the dance floor at this time. All right now, let's let the dance marathon begin. A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Dorothy.
Oh, Blanche, I am so glad you came back. Listen, I have to talk to you.
Well, honey, I have to talk to you too, and it's about the money.
That's exactly what I wanted to.
I would say I always felt safe having you in the house. And I would say I always enjoyed talking to you when I'd come home from one of my numerous dates.
Promised you'd go.
I know that's what I said, and all I can say now is tough. I'm not getting on that plane, and you can't make me.
Well, then I'm not going either.
Oh, I don't believe my ears. Girls, the entire purpose of this trip is to conquer our fears. Why, if we back...
What do you mean?
I mean, that part wasn't in my dream. That means the dream's broken. We're going back to Miami. We're going to be all right.
Not me. Well, you two faced your fears. Dorothy got on the plane. You faced your dream. I didn't give my speech.
Give it now. Yeah. Yes. Go on. Now, you wrote it. You give it. Go on. You can do it. Honest man. Do you think about that?
Wait, this is exciting. Just think in less than 24 hours, Gil Kessler could be city councilman.
Now, I'd love to get excited, Rose, but no matter what happens, I'm going to get stuck cleaning out that peeing angel punch bowl.
You owe me an explanation.
Well, Ted and I
don't have to stand here and listen to this.
Ma, don't give me that look.
What look?
Look, I didn't do anything wrong. Ted and I just talked last night.
Right, and the Godfather made all his money selling olive oil.
Hello, ladies. Hi, Cousin Rose.
Sven, hi. I want to do something really special tonight in honor of your wedding. What are you in the mood for?
Oh, Cousin Rose, there isn't going to be a wedding.
What? Why not?
Well, because I decided I can't marry.
Literary figures of our time. It's usually Faulkner, Fitzgerald, and Schwarzenegger.
Did he sign your book?
Yes, but only after he refused to sign my thigh.
He was probably intimidated to see a thigh bigger than his.
Did in him. Offering to make him dinner just made you look too easy. Please, black underwear and pasties couldn't make me look easy.
Oh, Barbara,
Hello.
please, come in.
Oh, hello.
These are my friends. That's Blanche.
We're going to go on national television in clothes we slept in all night.
We'll look like hell. We'll be exhausted. We won't be able to answer any questions.
Oh, would you stop complaining? We've got it easy. Back in Sicily, I was on a game show. It was torture.
What was it called, Sophia?
I just told you, torture. Mussolini asked the...
The airports are closed. There's a big hurricane headed this way. They want everyone to stay just where they are.
That means that we could be trapped together for days.
Oh, Jesus. Please protect us and watch over us in this our hour of need.
Amen.
One itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What'd you think? You were just a boring dresser?
She's just never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off.
Actually, that first night, I was kind of, well, appalled, I guess. But Charlie was very patient. It was really very nice.
One accentuates the many folds of that turkey-like neck.
may be, but the pearls draw attention to the non-existent bosom.
What do you mean you're not calling the police? The man just told you we robbed a bank.
He also told me he had a very good reason. He did it for love.
Gee, the most any man
Affections. From now on, it's strictly physical.
Well, I've never been fond of Rocco, but it's obvious that he really cares about my mother. Down the champagne in one gulp. And it didn't go down smoothly. Later, Stan told me that he put my engagement ring in the bottom of the glass.
There's only one way to handle this.
Rose! Rose, no! Rose! Rose, don't go out! Rose, come back here!
Don't worry, Dorothy. I was trained in psychology back in St. Olaf.
That doesn't count, Rose. In St. Olaf, they think that Freud is a way to cook chicken.
Mama, do you remember that Mother's Day that I almost ruined when I ran off to get married?
No.
Sure you do, honey. Don't you know I was a senior in high school? And I was madly in love with Deck Bovinglow. We've been dating.
Can't believe this.
I'm sorry, Rose, but I have to grade you like everybody else.
Well, look, Dorothy, you made a mistake. I got that question right.
Rose, the question was, who was the leader of the Third Reich? You wrote Fritz Stickelmeyer, your high school history teacher. The correct answer...
And I said...
Could we just get back to moving the furniture?
Well, the weather's cleared up. I really think we should save a big project like this for a rainy day.
Now, we agreed we weren't going to waste time. That'd be a big mistake, something we'd regret for the rest of our lives.
Rose, we're eating pizza, not getting tattooed.
Pigpen had just turned 80, and the town bylaws made him leave his job teaching driver's training at the high school.
On at 80, it was about time.
Well, it had nothing to do with his age. There was an old law on the books about driving with your shirt off.
I once got arrested for that in Chattanooga.
How did she die?
You know, we're not sure. One night, she left in her wheelchair and she never came back. The next day, the neighborhood kids had a go-kart with two really big fat wheels.
Ending to Gone with the Wind?
Oh, that was a terrific meal, Blanche. Thanks again.
Well, you're welcome, Ham. I just think...
Should I? Oh, what the hell? Rose, what is Gowakanogany?
It's a lot like baseball, except instead of hitting a ball, you whack yourself on the head. After 10 whacks, if you're still standing, you take first base. It's usually a very low scoring. You don't have to worry about people misspelling your last name all the time.
Is your last name difficult to spell?
Yes, but I'm getting better at it.
This must be our patient.
No, Jerry. It's the old paralyzed lady on the couch.
Doctor, I just don't understand. She was fine this morning.
Ladies.
I think.
Listen, Stanley, you're not going to get away with this. I know you're just doing it for the settlement.
What makes you think I'm not doing it out of love for Sophia?
Because you are a liar, a cheat, and a scuzzball.
Sure, dwell on the negative. Sophia, we've got a major problem. The insurance company
I
won't...
don't have the strength to push this like I used to.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, look, if things go well, I'll give you this chair in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I wish I had your positive attitude. The doctors told me it'd be a waste of time.
Doctors, what do they know? They spent 20 years in medical school. They still don't know enough to warm their hands before
The show on the road.
Ma, I know you're in there.
The wedding is off.
She doesn't approve.
She doesn't approve. Now, look here, Stretch.
I have 100 cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse. Whatever.
But it's a dream come true.
I don't understand. You should have that printed on a T-shirt. We're opening the old business again. A $1 million idea deserves a second chance.
Ma, come on. You're both over 80. Starting a business is hard work.
Yeah, for amateurs, but we've already done...
Excuse me, sir. We are looking for a leather jacket that got mixed up with a box of clothes we donated. It was a terrible mistake.
It was not a terrible mistake. It was a regular mistake. A terrible mistake is when you forget that different world follows Cosby.
I remember you. I just picked that stuff up a couple hours ago.
And it's still here.
Oh, I should have known that you weren't a saint. It's too much to expect a miracle this late in the game.
What happened?
Oh, bedtime, Rose.
Does that mean we can't talk anymore?
No, they just like you to stay in your own bed.
Oh, darn. Huh. I didn't get to breakfast. I decided to be cremated instead. Oh. It's a great idea. My ashes can be divided among you, your brother Phil, and your sister Gloria. Nah, forget Gloria. I don't want to spread myself too thin.
Hi, girls. I need it.
Let's eat. I brought you your favorite.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Chinese.
No, Italian.
Look, there's been no change on the Petrillo case. We are very busy. We'll call when we can.
Yeah, listen, buddy. Sophia may be just another case.
This is hopeless. We're never going to feel well enough to coach that game today.
Oh, I guess we'll have to forfeit. But it's gonna break those kids' hearts.
Forfeit? You mean quit? You can't do that, Rose. No member of my family ever quits.
Sophia, I'm not a member of your family.
Pretend, Rose. I'm going...
You want to eat some ice cream?
That's not a bad idea. Okay, Rose, go get it. I'm too weak from disappointment.
Well, I'm disappointed, too.
Well, so what? Dorothy, make her get it.
Get it, Rose.
Why are you two being so mean to me?
Because we're in bad moods and because we remember... I wonder who that could be.
Probably my date. Now, don't make a fuss over him. Your fiery Latin entertainers have a very short fuse.
Happy Valentine's Day!
What do you mean? I thought you were sick.
I know. It sounds so natural, doesn't it?
Well, then I guess till next Tuesday, we are Kid Pepe's managers.
What happens after Tuesday?
We take our winnings and buy a heavyweight. Okay, a middleweight and a microwave.
Ma, forget it. This insanity...
Subject to the same diseases. Healed by the same means. Warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as you are. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison...
You two hardly sound like old friends.
Blanche is right. We should be more positive. Dorothy, you look wonderful.
The left one turned out nice.
Dorothy!
Oh, come on, Rose. I'm just kidding. They're both practically the same size. How about giving me a hand in the kitchen?
Shut up, Rose.
I'm Yvonne, and this is it! Woo! Woo! Okay, everybody, let's warm up! Woo! And stretch. Legs wider.
Boy at the grocery store did it?
That's not a secret. I just forgot to mention it.
I think she means more like the time she told me that she went skinny dipping with your cousin Lars before he gave out the pulpit back in St. Gustav.
Wait a minute. There is not one shred of evidence, not one logical reason why I should not believe that this woman is my mother or that Gina is her real daughter.
Buongiorno, I'm a Gina.
I know. Here we go. Okay, Cal, hit it. Isn't she incredible? What do you say, girls? Can she stay?
I guess so. All right.
It's product testing. I will give you a test to do at home. You will bring in the results and I will see how you do. But I must warn you, both Enrique Mas and Enrique Mas demand that the results be accurate in every detail.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Moss.
You can call me Enrique.
No, I don't think I can.
Why? Because we have so many of them.
Ma, you didn't.
I did.
That's it. No more. Now, I know that you feel that shopping at Shoppers Warehouse is some kind of a religious experience for you, but I absolutely forbid you to ever go there again.
All right.
This one.
You're a college professor?
Well, what did you think I meant when I said I taught Hemingway?
I thought you were old.
I want you to meet some people, Rose. Gail, Lillian. It's my friend Rose. How do you do?
Hello, Miles. I don't get it. When we're on the dance floor, it feels like we're made for each other. But tonight, with all these brilliant friends at the party, I felt like a fish out of water. Oh, sure, I didn't flop around on the floor with my eyes bulging out, gasping for air. I haven't done that at a party
For a couple of hours. If I had asked, would you have said yes?
No.
There you go.
That is why Blanche ran out of gas. You'd been driving her car, hadn't you?
You know how embarrassing it is to drive a car with a bumper sticker that says, so many men, so little time?
Dream. I mean, what's the big deal?
Now, come on, Dorothy. You've come this far. You might as well go through with it.
Yeah, but what if nobody laughs?
Then you'll know how Lisa Bonet feels.
Okay. Who's got number 14?
God, I do.
Okay, sweetie, you're on next.
Novelties for a living. You know how things could have been different if I had really applied myself 30 years ago?
Yeah, you could have invented plastic vomit instead of just selling it.
Exactly. But Michael's different. He's got real talent. I don't want to see him waste it.
Then help him, Stanley.
How?
Set an example. Show him that it's change.
No. I'm saying that when Michael is 83 and his retirement home burns down, you're... Oh, that's right. You'll be dead. See ya, pussycat.
we'd all go home and smoke kippers.
Why, Rose?
Because it's the best way to get your house to smell like kippers. And then, in keeping with the spirit of Christmas, it was traditional to let all the animals sleep inside that night. And then the next morning, the rumors would start.
I brought you an extra blanket.
Thank you.
Seems like old times, huh?
Oh, I love this house. I love this room. I just feel so safe here. After I visit Mom in the hospital, I always was so glad to come back here. Now here I am again. Only this time...
Patience and understanding.
That's perfect. All I have is a little patience and understanding.
Oh, all right, Ma, but listen, when we get there, remember we are trying to make peace. So whatever you do, don't bring up Ida.
I won't, as long as the dog doesn't.
Stupid.
You shouldn't. You're a terrific lady.
I'm gonna miss you. Don't you forget me now.
Oh, don't worry. I'll always have this printout to remember you by.
Back.
Dorothy, please.
Look, Ma, you taught me to love this country. You were the first one to make me feel proud of being an American. You were the first one who put an American flag in my hand. Ma, why don't you take a moment and think what America has given you?
Father was the only one.
Well, she finally left, didn't she, Sophia?
Yeah, I'll never forget that day. Your father stayed home from work. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the day off. I don't know what he did, but he was happy when I got home.
Since Charlie was a traveling salesman, sometimes I'd be alone.
So I just spit it right out. Carl, I'm dumping you for Coach Wilkins. Afterwards, I felt much better. You just go ahead and tell me. Go ahead.
Okay. George Devereaux, your husband.
Oh, imagine an autographed copy. Will this make it harder to exchange? Just kidding. To my sister Blanche, you have inspired me more than you will ever know, Charmaine.
Wedding. Charlie and I had the most exciting, passionate night of our lives. After that, whenever we'd go to a wedding, we'd end up going home and putting on the cast album of Song of Norway and going crazy on each other.
What are you saying, Rose? Weddings get you hot?
Girl who stood me up at the altar 70 years ago.
And?
And I just asked her to be my wife again, and again she said no.
Go on.
And so from now on...
Yeah. Oh, doctor, thank God you're here.
I'm not the doctor. I sell hats.
Mr. Ninnervini?
Rose, who is this man?
He's my ice skating... Oh, my God, I must have called the wrong coach.
But I didn't have the time.
Yeah, well, that was my fault, Kevin, for interrupting the high school experience with a book.
Hey, you didn't know?
Kevin, what are you going to do when you're out in the world competing with young men who have applied themselves?
Puppy.
You know, Sophia, actually, you're pretty straightforward.
It's a gift. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I'll go to work with you. We'll take care of it.
Oh, thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome, Pussycat.
I'm not Dorothy.
From now on, I'm calling everybody Pussycat. It's cheaper than buying new glasses.
Well, that's good. Safety first.
And to make matters worse, the sex was incredible.
Hi-ho, everybody. It's me, Sonny.
Oh, God.
Is Dorothy around?
She's out on the lanai.
I suppose you're wondering why a man like Sonny Bono.
Yeah. On the lanai.
Blanche! My business was collapsing. I was facing disgrace, Blanche. Well, I know I could have stayed and faced the music, but it's just this damn Southern pride. It's the same Southern pride that kept me from being a dancer.
Crazy about you as ever.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, but the idea of me with one of those two was just so silly.
You picked Sonny this time.
Yes! Well, good night.
Good night, Dorothy.
Ladies, I think a toast is in order. Here's to the woman of the hour. A woman whose grace and kindness and warmth and concern for others is an inspiration to us all. Here's to Blanche.
And he's mad at her. Think what he's going to say about me.
To a man. Hey, it's not like the guys in my family never kissed a man. Of course, that was business. Although there was that one hitman who always had to have a flower in his lapel and would hold the kiss of death a little longer than he had to.
Oh, look, I can accept the fact...
Unnatural in St. Olaf. We not only took care of our old people, we revered them, honored them, put them on a pedestal. Of course, that's how we got to be the broken hip capital of the Midwest.
That's a beautiful story, Rose.
Blanche Devereaux. Dorothy, I can't see a thing. What's happening now?
The Harlem Globetrotters just took the court.
Hello, ladies. I want to thank you for making time for me. But I wonder if instead of reading my family tree, if I couldn't just say a few words of You heard me. I said, where's my shake?
I needed something to wash down the little pie. It was so fishy.
I don't believe you.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm still hungry.
All those other appetites you satisfy before going to the fridge.
My life is more than just sex and food. I take care of this house. Like just the other day, we had a leak and the gas man came out. Oh, no, wait a minute. I guess that falls under sex.
And you did fix him. Wasn't as touching as I thought.
I'm just glad everything worked out. I never want to have to go through that again.
Oh, I knew it would all be okay.
You know, Rose, I think you deserve a lot of the credit. You're the only one smart enough to double check on that fire inspector.
Yes, I'm proud of you, Rose. And according to the elementary school paper, the show was a big hit.
They have their own newspaper? How cute. Read it, Dorothy.
I saw the play yesterday. It was good. It was called Henny Penny. The actors were good, especially Turkey Lurkey. Ma, you are a citizen.
That's right, Dorothy. As far as we know, I am a citizen of the U.S. of A. Home of presidents like Ford, Lincoln. Help me out here, Dorothy.
Bush, Ma.
And Reagan.
I could have lost my balance and chipped a tooth.
You think that's annoying? She came into my room last night when I was reenacting the gangplank scene from Peter Pan.
What the?
Well, we're off to a bad start.
Won't you come in? May I help you?
Yeah, I got a call from Lois Nyland.
Oh, that's Rose Nyland. Rose, as in a series of seats in a movie theater.
Or the flower.
Well, yeah, that too.
Rose Bornak, I am shocked, and I want details.
I tell you, the night was just magical. We laughed, we danced, we drank, we cried, we did it all, even... I can't tell you, I'm too shy. Nice try. $5.
Spornak, we found your mother.
Ma, are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. Oh, Ma, thank God. Give me a hug.
Okay, now you two hug.
Go, please. Now we have a real problem. Sophia is missing, and you are my last hope. I've already tried calling Sicily's Department of Missing Persons. They just laughed at me.
You call missing persons in Sicily? You got it wrong. You call them to lose somebody.
Well, what should I do? Do you know any...
Debone a chicken from across the room.
You know, Blanche, when my father died, I heard his voice, too. Or what I thought was his voice. Honey, it happens to everybody. It's wishful thinking. We want to hear them, so we do.
What's your point?
You didn't lose it, Ma. You just said you did so you could keep it.
Absolutely not. Not in a million years. I swear on my life I don't have it.
Do you want me to turn you upside down and shake you?
You're bluffing.
Okay, have it your way.
Here. I'm sorry, pussycat.
To the spirit of things.
No, I'm not. How do you turn this thing off?
Well, I don't know. I never tried to turn it off.
Hello? Yes, this is she.
Oh, my God, it's them. It's Jeopardy.
I did? Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. What? Yes, she's my roommate. Oh, that is... When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true. What'll I do? What'll I do?
Oh, I don't enter these for the prizes. I do it for the thrill of winning. The rush of adrenaline when you realize that you've grappled Madam Chance and flung her bloodied and beaten to the mat. And just when you think she's dead, she gets up
And calls for a toast. To Miles and Rose and poor lonely Blanche.
I am so excited. I'm going to have an old-fashioned St. Olaf wedding. Dorothy, you're my best friend. Will you be my maid of honor?
Blanche, I've kissed a fool. I've helped a holy man. Now I just need to reveal the betrayal of a loved one. What's the worst thing you've ever done to Dorothy?
When she moved in here, I told her there'd be plenty of room for you.
I'll keep looking.
Excuse me, Blanche. I think I'm gonna leave. I'm not having some.
Are you ready? I just heard Rose and Kirsten pull up.
Oh, let's hide.
Wait. You really think it's such a great idea to scream surprise at someone who just had heart surgery?
Surprise!
For who?
Somebody's got to.
Look, Lucas, can I be 100% frank? We're both adults. Now, look, I only came as a favor